Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear students, welcome back. So we were on page 64. Now the topic is basic practices of crop production. So there are various certain conditions that are needed to be fulfilled, and they are very important for a good crop yield. Okay, so these are the right kind of soil, the soil in which we are sowing the seeds, that should be of a good kind. The seeds that we are sowing, that should be of good quality. The required amount of water should be present, no, not less, not more. The soil should be protected, there should be protection from some pests, from insects, the weeds, and the proper implements. Okay, these are the necessary for obtaining a good quality crop. So the first one is right kind of soil. So to obtain a good crop, the crop plants are grown in large numbers in the fields, and the crop is harvested for their produce. We can measure the yield of crop in kilograms or in tons per hectare. Okay, these are the measurements that we can take. So a field needs to be managed very properly so that a good crop yield is formed. Okay, so what are the basic measures that are there? The field should be open so that the sunlight and air can be available. Okay, the field should be protected from the cattle so that they won't destroy the crops, right? So the next one is the soil should be turned, that should be turned before sowing, so that the roots of the plants that can penetrate into it easily, right? There should not be some lumps kind of there. Okay, so that what it will help to just firmly hold the soil, right? Also the roots, they are well ventilated. The crops and the roots and the crops plants need the loosened soil, right? They don't need these tough lumps of soil, they just need the loosened soil for a proper growth and for a good yield of the product. The water should be of right quantity. The soil should have sufficient nutrients for the healthy growth of the plants. The unwanted plants, weeds, they should be removed so that the main crop gets enough nutrients. And the soil is therefore turned over a few inches. Okay, this can be done by plowing or by tilling. For the plowing, the various type of plows that are used. Plows are made up of wood and iron and are driven by animals. Okay, we use animals for driving them. Nowadays the farmers, they use tractors to plow their fields. Tractors are the motor vehicles used to pull heavy machinery like plows and drills. So the tractor, they are the vehicles that are used to pull the heavy machinery. The plows are chosen according to the type of soil. The type of soil, what kind of type of soil, on the basis of that we will choose a particular plow, whether that is a wooden plow, that is an iron plow, that. Okay, now if the soil is very hard, okay, what will happen then? The plow must have a sharp iron to break it, right? It will depend on the soil. When the soil is dry, it breaks into big chunks, like big lumps kind of a thing. These can be further broken down by the crushers. After the soil or the land has been, now we have done the plowing. Okay, now what will happen? The soil, that can be eroded by either water or by wind. So what will happen? So what we have to do to prevent it? The soil is leveled by the wooden levelers or by the planks. Okay, after the plowing, the leveling is done so that the water distribution, that is facilitated. The preparation of the soil is also very helpful in its productivity. It's not like we're just keep taking the seeds and sowing them. Okay, we have to prepare the soil for it. So the continuous cultivation on a piece of land, that can reduce its fertility as well. So the earth worms, they are also known to plow the soil. Okay, now see here, animals which are used for plowing. Okay, now the selection of the right kind of seed. After this land has been prepared, now that is the time for the seeds sowing. Okay, seeds that we are sowing, they should be free from diseases. Okay, they should be viable for germination. They can germinate, they should be able to germinate well. The seeds should be obtained from a healthy plant. The seeds of good quality can be taken like that from National Seed Corporation. Okay, now there are two types of sowing. Okay, the first method is scattering seeds in the field, right? We can done it by our hands or with the help of, in the developed countries, now what they are doing, they are scattering these seeds, but they are using a machine called the broadcaster. Okay, but in the small villages, a man is doing that with their hands, let's say. Okay, so there is one more kind where the broadcaster is being used, in which it has a long hooper to hold the seeds and a series of discs, okay, that are scattering the seeds as they fall there. Okay, but it is being done on a controlled rate. It's not like the seeds are being scattered at a place at 50 or 60 seeds. Okay, that is being done in a controlled manner. Now the second method, that is using seed drills. It is used in India. It is the simplest what is there. It's a vertical tube with a seed bowl. Okay, and this arrangement is tied to a plow, and the farmer drops the seeds into the bowl as a plow that is dragging the seed drill. The country plow is often adopted to line sowing. There are a number of modifications in the seed drill, but its basic principle is the same. Okay, now that's, I think, all for today.